Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Anfield Eye. My name is Mal, and I am here to present to you a quick video about the latest goings on regarding the transfer of Alexander Isak to Liverpool Football Club. It's not long to go, and all Liverpool fans are thinking about is this man on your screen wearing a Liverpool shirt and playing up front with the likes of Mo Salah, Ekitike, and Cody Gakpo. Let's hope that dream does come through, because if it does, we will not really need to focus too much on our defense, because we'll be averaging, I'm hoping, 4 or 5 goals per match. With that strike force, you don't really even need a defense. I think Alisson can take a break. He can just go on holiday with his wife and his children. And we just put this man and our strikers in the team, and we will bang every single team that we play. So, what's the latest? Well, before I continue, I just wanted you all to be aware. Please like and subscribe to my channel, The Anfield Eye. I love making this video. I love running this channel, and I put regular videos up about all the goings on at Liverpool Football Club. So, what's going on at Liverpool? Let's have a look. Now, let's say the Telegraph at the moment is running a piece saying Liverpool expected to make a 130 million bid for Alexander Isak. Is that true? Alexander Isak proposed move to Liverpool has moved closer in the past 24 hours, according to sources who expect a Premier League record transfer bid over the weekend. Eddie Howe is set to add Nick Woltemade to the Newcastle attack. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name, after agreeing a 69.2 million fee with Stuttgart for the German international. The Newcastle manager is also in the market for another forward, with interest in Wolverhampton's York Strand Larsen and Brentford's Johan Wissa. Is that other transfers going to materialize? Are they not? We do not know. Let's see what Sky Sports are saying. Newcastle open door for Liverpool to get Isak as Woltemate's deal is struck. Newcastle have opened the door for Liverpool to make a British record bid for Isak. The potential signing of Nick Woltemade, who is arriving at Tyneside tonight. I'm sorry, Nick, I'm absolutely just scrubbing your name all over the place. Who's arriving at Tyneside tonight increases the likelihood of Isak leaving for Liverpool with less than 4 days left of the transfer window. So that's what the press are reporting. The Standard, Liverpool handed a major Isak boost after shock new 69 million transfer twist. Again, Newcastle have reportedly agreed a shock deal for the Stuttgart forward in a move that could offer Liverpool a major boost in their long-running pursuit of Alexander Isak. Remember, Newcastle said they needed a replacement for Alexander Isak, and now people are saying, oh, they need 2 replacements. Well, they do need 2 replacements, but the main replacement for Alexander Isak is this striker from Stuttgart. He is the big striker, the big signing that Newcastle wanted, and he is arriving at Newcastle. And he is fit and ready to go. They just need to register him in time to when they play Leeds. Multiple outlets report on Thursday evening that Magpies had agreed a package for the Stuttgart striker worth more than 80 million euros. The towering striker, who stands at 6'6", has established a reputation as one of the hottest attacking prospects in European football, scoring 17 goals in 33 games across all competitions last season. How comes nobody heard of this guy? How comes everybody was going on about Gyökeres and they were going on about Sesko, and nobody even mentioned this guy's name? Why? How comes? Ekitike was being mentioned as well. Ekitike, the big star from the Bundesliga. And this guy, nobody mentioned him at all. Manchester United went in for him, Arsenal went in for him, Chelsea went in for him, Tottenham went in for him, and all of a sudden this guy just pops out from the Bundesliga, and Newcastle has snapped him up. He actually looks quite good. He is one of the hottest attacking prospects in European football. scoring 17 goals in 33 games across all competitions last season. So what was going on? I mean, were all the other scouting networks for all the other Premier League clubs, were they sleeping? Or did they have their targets and they just wanted those targets? So Manchester United just wanted Sesco. Gyökeres was just wanted by Arsenal. Anyway, at the end of the day, Newcastle have their man. And if Newcastle have their man, there's no reason why Liverpool cannot get their man. The Liverpool Echo, let's see what they say. Liverpool receive Alexander Isak transfer twist amid manager update. Wolves manager Vitor Pereira conceded they may be forced to sell York Strand Larsen after Newcastle United upped their transfer pursuit, with Alexander Isak's future uncertain. So let's hope, fingers crossed, that Jurgen Strand Larsen also goes to Newcastle. There isn't a reason why Alexander Isak cannot complete his transfer to Liverpool in this transfer window, because I always thought we're running out of time. I don't really think that we're going to get Alexander Isak because we just haven't got the time, but we have the time. Not a lot of time, mind you. Let me just remind everybody that the deadline day countdown is 2 days, 8 hours and 51 minutes. So Liverpool and Newcastle have to agree a deal for the transfer of Alexander Isak in 2 days, 8 hours and 51 minutes. Will that get done? Guys, I'd like your comments below. I'd like you to tell me, is Liverpool and Newcastle going to reach an agreement in 2 days and 8 hours? I hope they do. I really hope they do. Now, let's see what's going on in the world of Twitter, or X as we all know it to be. So Craig Hope reports 22 hours ago, Eddie Howe says he can't be oblivious to things that have happened. In the biggest hint yet, he's open to the sale of Alexander Isak. Now, Jurgen Strand Larsen or Johan Wissa, who is Newcastle going to end up with as a second striker? Wissa is not expected to be part of the Brentford squad at Sunderland tomorrow, as he awaits progress on a move to Newcastle. Either way, I think as a Liverpool fan, we know that Newcastle have just signed a striker from the Bundesliga, and they are going to have the striker from Wolves or Johan Wissa from Brentford signed by the end of the transfer window. They're going to get their two strikers. So it's really a case of how quickly can Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards get this transfer of Alexander Isak over the line. And remember, we've only got 2 days, 8 hours and 49 minutes. Boom. Craig Hope again, a very well reputable Newcastle United reporter. Deal agreed between Newcastle and Stuttgart. German striker is en route to Tyneside for a medical. Now we go to Dave Okop, who also posted Newcastle have been fully aware of Liverpool's intention to bid again as far back as the day of the first offer. Liverpool are now expected to follow up with a record bid for Alexander Isak. The news that Liverpool would not return merely gave Newcastle breathing space. So Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards were always going to put in a second bid for Alexander Isak, but they put everything on hold and gave Newcastle the time to find a replacement. Dave Okop again, Newcastle always aware Liverpool intended to bid again for Isak. Now, the Wolves striker, Jurgen Strand Larsen politely informed Wolves of his wish to make the Newcastle move. This is reported by David Ornstein. Chairman Jeff Shee told 25-year-old not possible this window, no new Newcastle bid yet. But the Wolverhampton Wanderers stance is all offers to be rejected, looking for a second striker, not a replacement. So, you know what? All the clubs are looking at this time and they're like, if Brentford lose Johan Wissa, who the hell are we going to replace him with? And the Wolves are saying, if we lose our main striker, Strand Larsen, Who are we going to replace him with in 2 days, 8 hours, and 48 minutes? That is a big, big question mark. IndyCar news. Liverpool to submit official bid for Alexander Isak. The bid will be submitted today. UK delegates from both clubs to meet in London in a few hours. The bid will be around 125 to 130, including add-ons. The news will leak to mainstream media within 24 hours to 48 hours, 1 to 2 days. The touchline. Liverpool will submit an official bid for Alexander Isak today. The bid will be around 125 million to 130 million mark. And then we have the transfer news live. Liverpool are expected to make an improved 130 million offer for Alexander Isak with add-ons and bonuses, making it a British record, transfer record. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Newcastle finally land one of their targets and have agreed to an 88 million deal for this Nick striker from Stuttgart, per multiple reports. Next domino to fall, Alexander Isak. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Let's get it done. Thierry Henry was talking about Alexander Isak. I was watching this live on TV. When Isak wants to leave Newcastle, everyone is upset because he's good. But when a struggling player is pushed out, nobody cries for him. That's the hypocrisy in football. And you can see it. You can see it right in front of your very eyes. Rasmus Højlund at Manchester United, being pushed out by the club. Anthony being pushed out by the club. Garnacho being pushed out by the club. It's the clubs can do what they wish with their players. But when the player wants to leave and the player wants to move to another club, they get absolutely slaughtered all over the press. And the supporters go against the player. Football on TNT. Alexander Isak is set to play his first game in 3 months after being called up to the Sweden squad for the upcoming international break. Even a half-fit Alexander Isak is good enough to play for his international team. And that is a very, very big statement. He is a very, very good player. Alexander Isak, British record move to Liverpool now increasingly likely. Let's see if that does materialize in the next 2 days. Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool are ready to go all in and bid again for Alexander Isak, as players' stance has never changed. He only wants Liverpool. Again, he only wants Liverpool, and if Newcastle decide to open doors after Walter Made, plus one more striker also expected to join, Liverpool are ready. I don't think Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards are going to get a lot of sleep in the next 2 days. This negotiation will be non-stop, but it's worth it. That negotiation, that player is worth it. And finally, I put this post in because Transfer News Live decided to put Ryan Gravenberch in a Newcastle shirt that looks nothing like Alexander Isak, and it looks more like Ryan Gravenberch. But Liverpool are preparing a fresh offer of 130 million as they look to land Alexander Isak from Newcastle in the final days of the transfer window. So, what do you guys think? I think Alexander Isak is coming to Liverpool. I think it's going to happen. I think Newcastle just needed to pull their thumb out and they needed to get the job done. But we are running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. We have 2 days, 8 hours, and now 44 minutes. And Liverpool, I think Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards, the bid is already printed on a piece of paper. It just needs to be faxed over to Newcastle United for them to view it, accept it, get the deal done. Let's get this transfer over the line, and hopefully we'll also get Mark Gahey over the line as well, because we do need a defender. We do need a backup to Konate, who has started the season in a kind of strange form, and not the same Konate that we saw last season. We have also signed Giovanni Leone as our centre-back, and now hopefully Mark Gahey can also be agreed. Let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate the support. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.